Welcome to the Success Builders podcast. If you're an entrepreneur seeking motivation, inspiration, and real-world strategies to grow your business, you're in the right place. Here we believe success isn't a destination, it's a journey filled with golden nuggets of wisdom shared from one business owner to another. I'm Liz Nanel, a real estate agent, mentor, entrepreneur, and your host on this exciting path. In every episode, I'll bring you valuable insights from entrepreneurs who's been in the trenches, built their dreams, and are ready to share their secrets with you. Whether you're just starting out or looking to take your business to new heights, this is your space to learn, grow, and connect. Let's dive in and build success together. Good day to all of the Success Builders listeners. We're very excited to have Leon Loggenberg here today. He is a real estate agent and he's going to tell us a little bit more about himself. Leon, welcome. It's awesome to have you here with our audience of Success Builders today. Can you start off by just giving us a little bit of your background and as you made your journey into real estate?
Well, I worked at the Magistrates Court. I was studying law, I was a law student. And then decided to go into real estate, and that was 30 years ago, over 30 years ago. And yeah, it's just progressed from there. Hey, it's
wow.
Really
so 30 years of experience in the industry, and have you always been based in that same area? Tell us a little bit.
Correct. I basically grew up in Pinetown, so I'm more into the community here. So I basically stayed in Pinetown and made this my place of career. And yeah, no, look after your clients and look after you. Hey.
That is amazing. Yeah, and like we just spoke, once we opened up about this saying that someone said to me last week, the best known will beat the best. And obviously you being in that area for such a long time, I'm imagining your face is integrated into that community.
Absolutely. And never mind the marketing and everything you got to do, like social media, various platforms. Do your own blogs. I've got my own website besides my company website. And that all adds to the people seeing you out there.
People knowing in your local market. So your primary market is Pinetown, right?
Correct.
Perfect. So can you tell us a little bit more about the market in Pinetown? What sells, what doesn't sell, what's faster, what's slower? What can you expect when someone's buying there?
Well, Pinetown's got a variety of price ranges. Very fast-moving market. Everybody wants to be here because in between cities, in between Durban, Maritzburg, and it's easy access to wherever you want to go. And yeah, it's always busy. Always has been.
That's amazing. So similar to what we're experiencing in Cape Town, there's always an influx of people. So it's lovely to know that that's a similar hub in KZN. So
a lot of people go down to Cape Town, eh?
A lot of people are. It's getting crowded on the path, on the roads here. I feel like all of the roads and the pathways, whether it's the joggers on the promenade or whether it's the cars on the N1, you get traffic because of the amount of people.
But I see the prices up there also going up like dramatically, eh?
It is. I'm imagining you're also experiencing good growth for properties in the Pinetown area when there's demand.
Correct. No, there definitely is. Supply and demand.
Would you say most of your buyers is like first-time home buyers, or have you got a lot of families, or does it depend on the size of the properties?
It varies from all the time, hey? Individuals, it can be families. It's quite a scope of buyers.
Okay, so when you market yourself, you have to pay attention to market yourself to the different demographics of younger and older.
Correct.
Okay, tell me a little bit about your work-life balance. I mean, being in the industry for 30 years, I feel like you've grounded down, you know your foundation, you know what to do to make sure that you still have a life. Otherwise, you could be working 7 days a week all the time.
Absolutely. It's very difficult. It's only getting it right the last few years. It's actually I schedule on Google calendars, and I've got like a 4-1-1 plan, things like that. All different tools that I basically use.
I love that. Tell us about the 4-1-1 plan.
Yeah, I went on this mentorship. All right, the REAP mentorship, very good, and it's increased my sales. It's really opened my eyes again, and yeah.
That's amazing.
It basically works on systems.
I love the message that you're sending, that we can always learn and grow, because I think that's so important.
Absolutely.
Sometimes people think,
You
oh,
never know though.
yeah, because I've been in the industry for so long, I know it all. And the fact that we always need to remember we don't know it all. It's a growing market. Things are changing so fast. So I love that. I've personally not heard of the 411. I've also been a big believer in mentorship and aligning yourself with people that you can learn from. So I love that you carry that through and that you're always up and open to learn. So what would you say is your success formula? What is your go to be able to remain fresh in the industry?
Everybody's got their own way of working, their own, what works for them, right? Whatever I do works for me. I can't account for how other people work. I just know what I do, it works. And I think you need to, one thing I did learn, you need to invest in yourself. You need to put money into yourself. Go into these mentorship programs. You need to learn all the time. As I said, you're never too old to learn. Doesn't matter how long you've been in the industry.
That's awesome. So stay authentic, or be authentic, be who you are, and understand that something that's going to work for one person is not necessarily going to work for another. And the second thing is keep on growing and remain consistent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Consistency, yeah.
Yeah. And how do you keep up with the market trends? Because we're in such a shifting market, especially after COVID. How do you keep up with everything?
You basically got to watch the internet, watch news, basically stay abreast on basically market trends. Watch your sales, sell the local sales that are happening, prices. There's a whole lot of stuff that basically you need to keep in touch with, yeah.
Yeah. And after being in the industry for so long, what would be one of the best tips that you can give someone that's a newcomer in the industry be? What would be some advice that you would give them?
Let me train you.
I love that. Let me take all of my years of experience and pour it into you.
Absolutely. I mean, I've got one or two guys at the office here that I actually try and mentor when they're here. And when they're here, you can't believe the difference. It's chalk and cheese.
Yes, there's so much growth that can happen. And especially if someone can shadow you, go out into the field, I'm assuming you do stuff like that.
No, I tell them I don't do it for them. I can't do it for them. I've got my own things to do, but I'll tell them what to do and how to do it.
Okay.
And basically, they'll also pick up, there's one or two guys that sit in my office here, and they'll pick up a lot of my conversations and on my training. And I said, you learn one little thing every day, it's really 100% improvement.
I love that. One little thing every day. Sometimes people go out and they want to learn so much in a week or in a month, but one little thing a day, if you look at the end of 365 days, a lot of things has been taught.
Absolutely.
I love that. And if you could change anything about the last 30 years, something in your career, something that you wish you knew sooner, something that you could have adopted earlier, tell us a little bit what your thoughts are on that topic.
Let me tell you, the latest thing that I'm amazed by is AI. I've learned so much over this last year and a half, 2 years with this AI. Get into it. I'll tell you, that is definitely the way to go.
I agree with you. I've heard some agents say, oh, we don't really like AI, and is it not going to take over our job? And I'm like, you don't understand. That's relationships. No AI can take that over. But
Correct.
I think your job or your mandates will be taken over by an agent making use of AI and technology versus someone that's not.
Great. Correct.
Love that.
100%.
And you also mentioned another interesting thing earlier that I want to pick your brain on a little bit, because I think that it's such an intrigued part of being a real estate agent. You mentioned systems. So I'm assuming with technology, a lot of system changes has happened over the years for you. I can just imagine 30 years back versus now. Tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. In the beginning, I just used to wing it, and I never had an issue. I was always doing business, always doing sales. And slowly you learn it's not about the properties. It's more, from a buyer's perspective, it's more of a lifestyle choice. And I don't know, your eyes just open as you go on. And with experience, I think that's where it comes from.
I love that. A lot of growth with experience. I do find that some people out in the field or in other industries might think that being a real estate agent is being a salesperson. And you just said it. It's not at all. There is no way that you can make a puzzle fit that's not going to fit. It needs to fit the situation for that buyer. It needs to fit for the seller. And that's not something that you can sell to someone.
Absolutely. You never chase the money, you chase the opportunities.
I love that. And the
I've
people.
told other agents that, and there's 2 agents I told 2 years ago. They're still trying to figure it out. So I don't know if it's you get to a certain stage, experience, and all of a sudden it just clicks. It's just happens. I don't know.
It's interesting what you say, because I've seen and experienced this as well. What's interesting for me is sometimes people don't realize that real estate is not just book knowledge or knowledge about property or the market. It is understanding people and project management in general. So you can take from everything you've learned in life and kind of bring it into your real estate experience, and that is going to put you above the rest.
It does.
And that click is important. I think I like to make fun of this, but it actually is a serious matter, because I always say I'm no gatekeeper in real estate. I will teach you everything that I know, because only 1% will follow it.
Absolutely. It's implementation, eh?
It's the implementation and the consistency. So can you tell us a little bit about your routine? Being such an experienced real estate agent, what does a typical day look like for you?
It's hectic, but I said I'll basically work on Google Calendar. So I schedule my appointments a week or two in advance. Then in between, I slot in what else I got to do. But firstly, the first thing I do is all my personal stuff. I put that into the calendar. What I've still got to do, and I work around that. So it's basically making sure you take care of the things that need to be taken care of. Just do that one thing a day. That's all.
Love that. I think that's so important for the work-life balance as well, is those personal things goes in your calendar first, so that you can make sure you do attend to them and take care of them. Because our life can be very unpredictable. Your phone can ring now and you're off to a new property or off to some viewing. Sometimes those things can't be predicted. So it's good to schedule the things that needs to happen, and that is important as well. So for some, if you're going to give some advice, people are always looking up to people that are as long in the industry as you are, Leon, and as experienced. So if you're going to give new realtors and new entrepreneurs advice to move into the real estate industry, besides getting coached by you, what would be 1 or 2 tips that you say these are must-haves for you?
Firstly, stock is king. Stock the whole time. Get listings, they sell. All right. Oh, price them well anyway. But price, I walk away. I don't have a price stock. And stay honest. Look after your clients. The rest take care of itself.
I love that. I think those are 2 very important lessons. The first of all is to tap into and having a market to sell. And the second thing is to stay honest and stay consistent, and never to take overpriced properties. I am in very much the same boat than you, because that is at the end of the day going to, I always say, entertain your time, but not give you the financial benefit. And I've got so much respect for real estate agents, because at the end of the day, a real estate agent get up every morning and they have to earn their money. They don't have a paycheck coming at the end of the month, and you've done this for 30 years. So for me, that's someone with nerves of steel, someone that does ethical business and know that you need to keep on going.
The one thing you need to do as well, I think when they start, they need to have a database. Start a database then. And you stay in touch with the database once a month. And those people come back to you. They'll only deal with you.
That's very important. I think a lot of people don't realize the importance of a database, and for you to be able to keep track of that and keep it relevant and up to date. And with AI and systems, I mean, you've got so many tools to choose from.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now we're going to do a quick lightning round. So I'm going to shoot you a couple of quick short questions. What is your go-to productivity hack? How do you get yourself moving when you're like, okay, work needs to be done?
You know, I've got to think, even if you're having one of those bad days, All right. Just go to work and do on your schedule or your calendar, just attempt one of those things. What is the one thing you have to do that day? Do that thing, go home, or go wherever you want to go. But just make sure you do that one thing.
I love that. That's a great productivity hack. That's an awesome thing.
Normally end up doing a few.
I just wanted to say that once you've got that satisfaction of ticking the box, you'll probably tick a couple more. So I think that's great advice. And I don't know if you are a reader or a listener, but what is your favorite book or podcast?
No, more of a listener, eh?
Okay, so what type of things do you listen to?
Just music, and that just basically chills me out. That's about it.
I love that. Oh, there's nothing better than music. When I get dressed, when I'm in the car between appointments, sometimes I feel like that just sets the tone.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. And if you weren't a realtor, I mean, you've been one, a career has been built over 30 years. You've been one for a long, long time. But if you were not a realtor, what would you be doing?
More than likely a vet.
A vet? You love animals?
But I used to breed and train dogs.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. That is amazing. And I guess that's also such a good point, because how many people are out there that are animal lovers, and you must see in your job just bringing you joy through a variety of animals, because that's part of the family.
Absolutely. Most clients have got, well, most houses have got at least one or two dogs. I normally get called in for behavioral issues, dietary issues, you name it. And they all know I'm in a property. So it's all interlinked.
I love that. That is amazing. So you are doing something that you're passionate about, and that ties into what your work is at the same time.
Correct.
I love that. And you always, for me, that's like a family. So you always get like these family members, that's the pets, as part of the household and the transition for them. I've even had people relocate to a different country, and then I help people find a new home for these pets. So I can imagine how much joy you get out of something like that.
No, I enjoy it. I said, no, the one looks after the other.
I love that. And do you have pets of your own?
I used to have 30. But anyway, at the moment, 6.
Love that. That's amazing. Okay, that's your own little family. Leon, we're going to conclude it for today. To the listeners, I just want to ask you one more question. If they want to make contact with you because they're in the Pinetown, Durban surrounding area, or they've got family or friends there, where can they reach out to you?
They can get me on 083-506-8938, or just drop into my office. I'm at Glenugie Road, 39 Glenugie Road.
Love that. We'll post those details at the bottom of our episode as well, so that they can reach out and get hold of you. And our listeners, we always love questions. So if you've got questions, once this episode comes out, please post them out to Leon. Leon, thank you for your valuable time. I know how busy you are.
Thanks for having me.
I follow you on social media. I can see you're a busy agent, and a busy agent always tells me it's a good agent. So I wish you so much luck, and thank you so much for being with us today.
Any pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for tuning in to the Success Builders podcast. I hope you're leaving with fresh insights and a renewed spark of inspiration to take your business to the next level. Remember, success is built one step at a time, and we're here to walk that journey with you. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow entrepreneur who could use some motivation. And if you want to dive deeper or connect with me personally, I'd love to hear from you. Reach out on LinkedIn, Instagram, or visit liznanel.com to get in touch. Until next time, keep building, keep growing, and keep chasing that success.